All right. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. How we doing? Welcome back. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Press that like button. How we doing? Sorry, sending an email. Send in an email. 1 second. What a morning. What a big morning. What a lot of opportunity. Morning, guys. Welcome back. Some Netflix. Netflix, man, crazy. Hey, it's good for the long term. I don't have any options with it, but good for the long term today. Morning, everyone. Ponzi, Margin, James, Robert, Golf Nut, JB, Golf Nut again, Britt, Sniper, JB again, Carlos, JB again, Sean, Kavi, Robert, Chef, good morning. Yeah, Broadcom, man. Broadcom. What a move. Bruce, good morning. Rusty. What's going on, everyone? Podcast was good. That was my day yesterday. Went well. Man, that Stargate project that we saw get announced yesterday really, making things very interesting today. Giveaway info for giveaway. Giveaway is done, man. Winners have been chosen. That's it. We already went over. That's gone. It's gone. All right, it's over. Just working on getting those payments out to everyone. That's it. To the winners. Busy day yesterday, so couldn't get it done, but should be done by the end of this week. Morning, guys. Welcome back. Yeah, NVIDIA. There's gonna be a lot of opportunity out there. There's gonna be a lot of opportunity out there today. One of my big, I don't have a lot of size in this one, but one of my big things that I'm watching is definitely ARM. ARM is an interesting one. Oracle, interesting. ARM and Oracle, two big moves here. We'll go over everything, but man, I hope you guys are excited because seems like opportunity is coming back into this market. There's a lot of juice out there. A lot of juice to be squeezed. That's for sure. A lot of opportunity to make some money if you got the proper foundation, right? If you've been focusing on the foundation, focusing on the education, and sort of getting a feel for how to take advantage of this stuff, you're going to be in a prime position here soon, I think, to really take advantage. So looking good. Levels on the market clean as can be. Yesterday, the NASDAQ 21,560 holds absolutely perfection. I mean, to the T on the NASDAQ futures yesterday. Our QQQ 520.50 level yesterday, absolutely perfection. We'll go over it, of course. I mean, The exact low a day, right? The exact low a day yesterday. Our 520.50 level, I mean, look at that, right? Look at that. Right at our previous highs. That doesn't get much better than that. It really does not. Today, you're over your 526, right? You know what you're looking for, 526 break and retest. So just stuff's making a lot of sense out there, man. And let's lock in because there is a lot of money to be made. Yeah, the Amazon trade, man, the video we made on Sunday, the Amazon daily chart just looking absolutely perfect. I mean, look at this daily chart. I mean, you got to get excited about this stuff. Look at that daily chart on Amazon. Look at the breakout, the continuation this morning to 233. This thing looks incredible. So, yeah, a lot of cool stuff. Let's lock in. Hope you guys are having a good week so far. Press that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Netflix at $1,000 this morning. Jesus, man. The Netflix monopoly. We've been talking about the Netflix monopoly on this live stream for some time now, and I still believe in the Netflix monopoly. I do not think anyone comes close to competing with Netflix in terms of the broad amount of content that they provide. I really don't think that anyone competes with them. I think companies are trying, right? The only other thing I watch maybe comparable to Netflix is Hulu. But I mean, I just think if Netflix gets the sports going, if Netflix starts showing the Super Bowl or the World Cup stuff or, more events, the live events, man, you can see it in the earnings numbers. You can see it in the stock reaction. So really good stuff. Really good stuff. All right, let's do it. Press that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Here we go. Look at that chart. Beauty. Economic calendar today, really not much. We got our unemployment claims. I guess you could say that's somewhat important. So, yeah, let's see. Unemployment claims, 8:30. Let's see what that does to the market today. Trump speaking at 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock. I'd actually be interested to listen to that. And I don't know about you, man, but I just love listening to this guy talk. So I'm going to definitely be watching the speeches when I know they're coming. 11 o'clock, that's something to pay attention to. Let's see what he has to say. Unemployment claims, 8:30 today. And then Friday, manufacturing PMI, services PMI. That is something to watch on Friday. Earnings. Let's go ahead and pull up that earnings calendar. So clearly yesterday we had Netflix, which did very well. Big beat. Netflix. Is that not? Today is Wednesday. Yes, it is. What was I on? Did that say Thursday? Was that on Thursday? Oh, shit. I thought that said Wednesday. I was like, what's going on? Oh, that's tomorrow. Oh, shit. Sorry about that, guys. I'm all fucked up. I guess I'm too excited about my positions that I have open this morning. All right. Well, never mind. I don't know why I mixed that up. Nothing today. So I'm in the future here, folks. I'm in the future. Bro is in the future. That's right. I'm one day ahead of you. So here we go. Here's Wednesday. Annual meetings, the World Economic Forum annual meetings. I don't really expect anything there. I don't expect anything out of the economic today. So tomorrow, which is Thursday, unemployment claims and Trump speaking. Okay? All right. So that's that. Let's go back to sorry about that mix-up, folks. Just wanted to make sure you guys weren't sleeping. Looks like we got people awake this morning. All right. Netflix yesterday, big beat, straight up. I mean, monster move. Congratulations to any call buyers on this one, man. You love to say it, right? You love to think it. Is hindsight's always 2020? Does it make sense that Netflix is straight up on earnings after, let's say the live sports and the Paul and the Paul and why can't I think of his name? You know what I'm about to say. Jake Paul and I don't know why I can't think of his name, but the boxing event. It sort of feels like, pretty obvious that Netflix killed it, but I didn't play it. I don't really like getting into the earnings plays. I have the shares. I'm happy about it. Tyson, there you go. Thank you, Tyson, Mike Tyson. But yeah, big move, huge. Congrats, and congrats to the shareholders, man. That's really it. If you got some Netflix shares, then way to go. Procter & Gamble this morning did well. I think it's going up pretty strong. Let's go ahead and take a look at that one real quick. I'm going to run through some of these names. Procter & Gamble up about 6 points this morning. Strong earnings there, looks like. Johnson & Johnson, J&J, slightly lower this morning. GE Vernova, slightly lower this morning, but actually, wow, getting bid up actually quite a bit. They did miss their EPS. Hold on. Hold on, guys. 1 second. I think we'll be all right. I would like to plug in my. I don't have the Ethernet plugged in, so we'll see if it gets a little choppy. I'll go ahead and plug that in. Actually, hold on. Let me go ahead and plug that in. Stay. 1 second. One pause. I'm gonna plug in the Ethernet. All right, we're good. Ethernet's plugged. We're good to go. So Procter & Gamble, Johnson & Johnson, GE Vernova. I like that. That's good. I have a long-term position in GE Vernova. I'll actually go ahead and pull up my M1 account for you guys here today, just to give you an update on my long-term portfolio. In terms of other earnings this week, I really don't see too much that I'm focused on here. GE Aerospace, American Airlines, Texas Instruments, maybe a little bit interesting for the semiconductors. And that's really it. American Express, Verizon. Yeah. So that's that. Earnings, not too much more to worry about there today into the end of week. So let's go ahead and continue. I'm going to go ahead and pull up my M1 account. I think this will be just a little update for M1. I haven't shown it in quite some time. Give you guys an update on my long-term holdings and what I've been sort of up to there. And then we will jump into the NASDAQ and the futures and all that good stuff. So here it is. Long-term portfolio. Year-to-date, up 31K on this one. So pretty much the first 22 days of the year, up 30K. All-time gains now up to 167,000, so huge there. Today should be a really nice day for the long term. We have the Netflix shares. Have about 30 shares there of Netflix. Where is it at? Let me scroll down. Got about 30 shares around 519. So we're going to be up about 100% on these Netflix shares, which is huge. That's going to be awesome. So $30 per contract today. I'm sorry, $30 per share, or up $30 per share today. So whatever that share, I think we're up $120 per share. So that's going to be a nice $4,000 or $5,000 day on those Netflix shares. Got the Microsoft still, got the Apple still, got the Google still. Added the GE Vernova, which is already up 20%, which is great. Got those shares back at 346. Got about 72 shares there. I like this name long term. That's something I went ahead and invested in. Meta, TSM, Broadcom. This thing's going to be a beast. Broadcom shares at 152. That's up to what? 247. All right, so those stock, that's almost up 100%, getting close. MRVL looking good. Amazon, just a beast. Nvidia and Tesla. So I love it. Am I selling shares? This would be like selling my child. If I sold some of these shares, it would be like selling a child. Why? Why? What am I going to do with the cash? Just keep it in the long term, man. Stop trying to be cute with your long-term portfolio. Up and to the right. And stop being cute. Buy good companies and wake up in 40 years. Hopefully you're still alive. So, yeah. Big stuff there. Up to 631K. The SEP IRA just holds some VYM, VU, and Tesla. And that's that. So that's my long-term update. Crushing it. It's going to be a beautiful day for the long-term. Long-term's greener than a PIF. Shout out PIF. Oracle shares. There we go. All right, let's get into it. NASDAQ futures. NASDAQ futures. Here we go. So, yesterday, what did we do? Yesterday, absolutely beautiful hold of 21,560. I mean, just perfect. 21,560, 21,560, 21,560, 21,560. Awesome, right? Awesome. That was a perfect hold yesterday. That was our exact technical level. You saw the holds all morning, right? The little pop down into that demand. Major 30-minute wick right off that demand. Right off the 50, right off the daily 20. Beautiful hold. Previous highs here from Thursday into holds here, into holds here. I mean, just awesome stuff on the holds yesterday and just driving that market higher. Once we got over this 21,750 area, these highs right here, it looked like that was a very clean breakout move, right? We had these double top highs right here, got above it in the after-hour session, and since that, we've just had this gap up move. Beautiful holds here at the 21,560. That is now a very solidified level to be paying attention to on the NASDAQ futures. Now, moving forward, okay, zooming out, looking up and to the left, what are we looking at? So, today, 21,900, which you are over right now, looks to be the key spot. Can you maintain over 21,900 today? 21,900 on the NASDAQ futures is a ridiculously clean level. I mean, it has been reacted. We have reacted to this level so many times in the past. 21.9, 21.9, 21.9, 21.9. That's 4 times right there. We move over. 21,900 right there. We fail it and move lower right here. 21,900 right here. Perfect failure, right? And now today, we are right at that level, 21,900. So today, the question is, can you stay right above that 21,900 here in the short term? We are squeezing above it as we speak in the short term, right? Just in the pre-market, we can see this little pop over 21,900 coming in right now. Do we hold above that? Now, the problem is that this is a gap, right? This will be a gap on your chart right here between the 21,750, right around this area here, to around the 21 or wherever we open if we're above 21.9. So the best long entry, the best long entry today is what? Right? I think the best long entry is anywhere between, I would call it 21,800, right? Anywhere between the 21,800 and 21,750. That would now be the pullback long that I would be really focused on today, right? This is where I'd really like to see us pull back to, fill this gap, right? Very nice, fill the gap up. We don't love gap ups. Let it fill. Come back down to these highs here. Come back down to these highs here, right? And turn that into a new low. If that happens, that is perfection, right? That would be your perfect long entry to enter on if we can get that, right? That would be just lining up with the uptrend, right? The uptrend here, a pullback to that level right there, back to the uptrend level, back to these previous highs, and pulling back to fill the gap up this morning. Those would be all three things you'd want to set up that pullback long at 21,800, 21,750. That would be a perfect re-entry long to be paying attention to today, right? So that's something you want to, you possibly want to wait for. Now, do we get that? Do we have the liberty of getting that move? Are the market gods going to give us that opportunity today? I don't know. Okay, I don't know, right? Could we just squeeze straight up at open? Yes, we could, right? We really could. So that's going to be the question today. I think the only way you get that pullback to 21,800, 21,750 is if you reject under 21.9 today, okay? So if you see 21.9 rejections today, right, here's the 15-minute chart. If you get 21.9 rejections today, if you fail back under this level and you start to fail it, right, and reject it, right, if you start to see that today, then I would say to myself, okay, this is the right thing. Now it's time to wait for the gap fill, right? And let's wait for that pullback and that long to come in around the 21.8, 21.750. Right? That's what you're waiting for. Now, if we see buyers just brutally defend 21.9 this morning and this thing just does not break under 21.9, then you're not going to get the gap fill. Okay? That's just what's going to happen. So we have to see whether this 21.9 fails, right? Or if this 21.9 just brutally holds up and the buyers say, no, right? We're going up, right? That's what we need to see today. The money will be made deciding what happens here at 21.9, right? If we fail it, I think we're coming back down to these previous highs, and this would set up your new long entry and a very structured long entry at that. If you do not fail under 21.9 and the buyers really hold above, then I think you will be moving higher. Moving higher to where? Now we have to zoom out and get an idea of where. I really believe that this area between 21.9 and 22.120 will be a relatively quick move. Now, the reason I say that is because you can see what's happened here in the past, right? Very thin structure. Straight down, straight up, straight down, right? Straight down. A very thin structure between this 21.9 and 22.120. There really is not much in this zone to think that it's going to slow down, right? There's really not too much in there that makes me think you're going to have harsh rejections within that area. There's probably some levels, maybe around the 22,000 flat, maybe around the 22,050 area, right? You have maybe a few of these little highs to be paying attention to, right? You can maybe pop a level here around the 22,050. I would say that's maybe a valid thing to pop on. If we zoom in over here, we can see, right, if we zoom in over in this area, we can see like the 22,050 spot, maybe a little bit of trouble there, right? Right here, 22,050, 22,050. There's probably a little bit of something there, but I would say ultimately you're going to target that high, right? Right here, and right here. That's 22,120, right? And that would really be the next big test at that 22,120. But I would say, once again, if you hold above this 21,900 and you see buyers defend that level today, then I think you are going to see a strong day, right, to the upside. Likely into that 22,050, 22,120 area. That would be ultimately your target to profit take on those long positions. If we reject under 21.9, that should be where you flip your mindset and say, okay, that's a failure, and I should be looking now for pullbacks to the gap fill, right? And that would be where I'd now set up my potential risk reward back to the long side, back at that 22 or 21.8, 21.750, all right? So all about the 21,900 this morning. That's the key spot. Let's see what happens there. That's going to be very important to me. That's these previous highs, extremely clear right there. Do we hold above them? Okay? So that's that. QQQ. The pullback level that you're looking for today, this would also line up absolutely perfect with the NASDAQ futures pullback. That is right here, guys. It's 526. That would be beautiful. Right? 526 would be the beautiful pullback you're looking for. You can see right here, 526, 526, 526, 526, again right there, and again right there. If you pull back to that 526, right, that would be a beautiful opportunity to pay attention to today. That is exactly what we talked about yesterday in the pre-market live stream and exactly what happened on the intraday yesterday. Right? Yesterday in the pre-market, we said, watch out for 526. Look for the pullbacks to 520.50. This was our exact read yesterday, right? Rejections of 526 possible early morning. Look for the pullback longs at 520.50, right? At these previous highs. Look at what the market did yesterday. That is exactly what it did. You had a market open. You had a little bit of weakness, right? Came back down to the 520.50. Perfect hold. Created a long for the rest of the day. So, if you're gapping up again today, you're looking for the same type of trade. The same type of trade here would be morning gap up, rejections in the morning, right? Come back down to that key demand level, which in this case is 526, and then look for that pullback long of 526. That's exactly the game plan that I would be coming into today with, and understanding that that would be the best opportunity. Now, are we going to get the 526 pullback? I don't know, right? Once again, I can't predict that, but That is something that you'd probably want to, understand coming into the day. You're not going to want to say, oh my God, if we go down, what do I do, right? I'm lost. I can't believe we're going down, right? No, right? If we go down this morning, you should be okay. You should say, here we go. This is perfect. This is exactly what I want. This is the exact pullback that I want to find a long entry, and I need to stay confident in that and not just start getting panicked because of nanosecond downside, right? That's the type of mindset. That's why building a game plan before the market opens and following that game plan will likely increase your probabilities of being right, right? So let's come into the day with the game plan of 526 pullbacks being the proper long, right? If we do fail under 526, then I would probably be a little bit less excited about the long, right? I really don't think you want to see the Qs fail back under 526. Failing back under 526 likely brings you back down to the 520.50, right? So I don't think you really want to see a fail back under 526 at this point. That would probably sort of kill that short-term momentum, and you'd probably move back to the 520.50. To the upside, I mean, it's just about as abundantly clear as it gets. 532, right here. 532, that's the spot. Can you get above it today? Right there, 532. That very clear high, that's the next big supply above. You get above that 532 here, guys, and I don't think there's anything stopping you to all-time highs. Right? Between 532 and 539, you don't have anything. I mean, that's just a low volume, just nothingness. So if you get over 532, I think you're seeing all-time high pushes to 539. So very clear here today, 532, 526. Here's your pullback long. Here's the reason to be cautious on rejections. Look for either side of the trade here. I would probably not get that interested in the short side if we're above 526. That just really doesn't make sense, right? I don't think you want to try to short back into this high right here. That would be the perfect long entry. If you break under 526, right, and you break under these highs right here, then I think you could potentially look for that short, okay? All right, S&P 500 futures just on one this morning. Damn. Who remembers 5,800? Who remembers 5,800? Anyone? Anyone remember this? Anyone out there? Who remembers this one? Not bad, huh? Not bad. 5,800. Holy shit. Never heard of it. Look at that shit, man. Previous highs. Perfect. 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 Bam. 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 Just absolutely textbook markets. It just doesn't get much better than that. If you just followed that technical break and retest, holy shit, what a move. I mean, what a move. So I remember us saying, we're going to look back and say, holy shit, what a 5,800. Who remembers that, right? Well, holy shit, what a 5,800 level it was. Awesome. Awesome, 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 awesome. So I hope that, right, the reason I bring this up, guys, is because I hope that if you realize, if you just zoom out for a second, right, and see the opportunity that arises off these larger term reads, I mean, you can make an absolute killing, right? And that's something that I've definitely tailored my trading to recently, right? These longer term reads, just how much money is involved in reading the longer term correctly. It's so much more advantageous, in my opinion, than getting sucked in on the short term 2-minute chart, right? It just really is. So in a market like we're in, I really think that it's gonna be a more advantageous thing to really lock into the longer term look and find those larger opportunities. For now, today, 6120, I think, is your possible failure point. 6120. It's a little bit of a difficult read here on the ES, but for now, I think 6100, these previous highs right here, are acting as your support, right? So 6100 is definitely a level to watch. That would be your new low to see if it forms. 6100. It looks like the 6120 area, these previous lows right here, still are at question, right? Do we break or reject that 6120 here? I think that's very interesting as we approach it right now. I would potentially like to see a rejection at 6120 this morning, right, and bring us back down to that 6,100, that would be something I would look for. I would really like that, right? I would really like that for that new long entry back at the 6,100. And then if we do break under 6,100 here, then it looks like a very nice long at 60.70, right? If we break under 6,100, if we do get that break under 61, we're probably going to move pretty quickly to the downside through this area right here, right? This area right here would probably go pretty quickly to the downside, right? And that would give us that move back down to the 60.70, which would, I think, be the next new long. So for me, I think the most comfortable long is 60.70. If you get it, I don't know if you will, but that really is the next really comfortable long between the 60.70, 60.50 zone, right? Right here. That's what I would be really looking for. You won't get here if this 6,100 really defends itself, right? That's the question mark today. Does the 6,100 defend itself? If it does, then you will not get your pullback to 60.70, 60.50. Yesterday, absolutely perfect 50 SMA holds all morning, right? Look at that 50 SMA on the ES. Look at this break and retest, previous rejections, into perfect holds, break and retest long, absolutely perfect. 50 SMA holds above these highs right here, absolutely perfect. And so if you get this pullback, which I think is the perfect pullback if we can get it, I think that's your new real long entry, right? Your next real long entry right here, in my opinion. 60, 70, 60, 50 zone. That's where I think you can say, all right, time to put back on some long risk, right? Comfortable long risk, using that maybe that 50 SMA as my stop loss, using this 20-point zone as my long spot, right? This is sort of my long entry in this zone for a larger term idea, and understanding that you're actually longing at key demand rather than just chasing highs, right? So that's really that spot that you want to look for. Now, I don't know if you're going to get that, right? That would be a dream if we get it. I don't know if we will because markets are on one this morning, so we'll see. The only way you're getting that is if you break 6,100. Guys, I never opened a Bitcoin short. I never opened a Bitcoin short. I made a video about the possibility of Bitcoin breaking down, right? Based off the chart, I saw the possibility of this low failing, and I said to you guys, be careful of that low failing. Guess what? That low didn't fail, okay? This is the same thing as me trying to short the market into demand and waiting for it to break to short it. It never broke it, so I didn't short it, right? So Bitcoin never broke that low, okay? And I did not open a Bitcoin short position. This is something I'm getting asked this question all the time, okay? I never said that I was in a Bitcoin short. I was in a Coinbase position, and I took those profits. If you're part of the group, you know that, right? So really, the difference is whether you're on YouTube or in the Discord. If you're in the Discord, then you know what I'm doing, right? From on a minute-by-minute basis. If you're in the YouTube and you're just watching my YouTube channel, yeah, you're not going to know positions that I'm in, all right? So, yeah, I've been long gone from that idea right after we saw that market hold and that Bitcoin hold. I'm not going to just close my eyes and hope that Bitcoin goes back down, right? I'm not that much of a moron. All right, so let's continue. Like we said on the ES, right? 6,100, that's going to be the key, right? That's going to be the key. 6,100, can you break below it? If you can, we'll get our pullback. If not, you're going straight up, right? Pretty much. If you hold above 6,100, we're going to continue. 6,120, you break that, I think you're going to 6,150. All right, 6,120 to 6,150, I think would be a pretty aggressive move. But above 20 to 50, I think would be pretty much vertically higher, right? Because you would be above these lows, and you'd probably trade right into these highs. That would be about a 30-point straight-up move, in my opinion, on the ES. So let's see, 6,120 to 6,150. Above 6,150, you're going to all-time highs. And that's that. All right? SPY. Man. Man. So 602.50, that was our level yesterday. We said if we can get over 602.50, we're going to go straight up. That's exactly what we've done. 602.50 was these previous highs right here. You can see right here, 602.50, previous double top highs, and these previous lows. We said yesterday that this is going to be the level we need to break. If we break it, we're going up, and that is exactly what we have done. We broke 602.50. We are now straight up into 606, and that is pretty much job done for the longs there. I mean, just perfect. So 602.50, 606.50, straight up move as expected in the straight down, above this high, moving up to this high right here. Today, you're watching 606.50. That's right here. That's this high, right? If I zoom in, 606.50 is the high that absolutely smacked us in the ass on FOMC, right? Right here. 606.50, smack in the ass on FOMC, right? Straight down. So, where are we at today? We're right back at it, right? Look at this. We're right back at it. That's the smack in the ass level. So, do we get above it? That's the question. If we get above that level, I don't see why you're not through all-time highs. All right, I don't see why. So if we get over 606.50 today, I think you're going to see 609, and 609 is welcome back to the all-time highs, folks. And that is a beautiful thing to see. So 606.50, keep eyes on that level today. If we do see that rejection come in at 606.50, where's your next long entry? Your next long entry is 602.50, right? So that could give you a pretty healthy pullback today, right? There's really no long entry here, guys, until 602.50 if we get this rejection here. So about a 0.5% move to the downside would be really what you'd want for that actual next long back at 602.50, right? So watch that. If we do get a morning rejection at 606.50, look for that pullback to 602, right, for that next opportunity. If you break under 602, you're looking at 598, right? 606.50, 602.50, 598. Those are your entry levels. Above 606.50, I think it's a pretty much no-brainer that you're going to see all-time highs, all right? SMH, now let's go to IWM first. IWM got above our 227 level. I would look for pullbacks to that level today for long entries right here. This would be your proper long entry on the small caps. Look for that pullback to 227, 226.50. That would be your major spot to watch, right there. Previous highs, previous highs, previous highs. Look for that long right back there, right? 227.50, 226.50. That's your previous highs in the IWM. Pullback, break, and retest long. That would be my ideal thing to look for. If the IWM gets over 230.6, right, I'm going to zoom out here and show you. If the IWM gets over 230.6, then I think you might be on one, right here. 230.6 is these previous lows. That's also the daily 50 SMA. So if you get above 230.60 today on IWM, watch that for upside continuation. Guys, I don't know if you guys are new, right? Whether you're new or you're just not really you just are totally lost. Guys, it's the same thing every day, okay? I go through the NASDAQ futures, the S&P 500 futures, the IWM, the Dow Jones, the SMH in the beginning, and then we get into equities, okay? Stop spamming tickers in the chat. It will do absolutely nothing to influence me to look at the stock. Nothing, okay? Please, ask me questions that are maybe, useful, right? I'm not going to look at your spam tickers. It's just not. It's not what I'm doing. I have a dedicated schedule to this to this live stream, and it's not gonna change. Okay. All right. So 50 SMA, 230.6 on the IWM. That's the level to watch. If you get above that, then you're gonna continue higher. Right. Pullback longs is right here. This is your pullback long. Right. Right here. Right there. 227.50. 226.50. Pullback long, that's what you're looking for. All right? SMH. So, guys, I really do believe that the Stargate project that you saw get sort of talked about yesterday is the catalyst that you have been waiting for the SMH to just absolutely explode. I do truly believe that. You have been consolidating here for a very long time. We have been talking about the SMH off the 200 SMA for about a month, right? We have talked about this for a very long time. I have made a video on this channel about a month and a half ago, almost 2 months ago at this point. Actually, no, about a month ago, month and a half, talking about how you should be looking to long semiconductors off the 200 SMA. That is the red line that is running across your screen right there, right? And I really do believe that this is going to trigger something very aggressive on the SMH. This is a very nice hold and consolidation right above that 200 SMA. And it's the 200 SMA at the end of the day, right? And that should make you believe that there's a lot more to come, right? The 200 SMA is typically like a low, right? I mean, that's like a very strong low for in terms of where the market could trade, right? We see 200 SMAs being like that institutional buy level. That is the low that leads to a very big move. I don't think you should think that you are late to this party, okay? This is potentially just getting started off the 200 SMA. And if we continue to see the bullishness and the desire from our government to invest in AI and invest in becoming the best at this, right? And the U.S. sort of focusing their money towards this new technology and really control it and really kill it, then I really think you should be paying attention to this. So I made a video about this a month ago. I continue to have the same exact mindset, the same exact thesis. I will stay long semiconductors aggressively. I don't see why you would not. So be aware of it. Obviously, you're not going to just chase upside, right? That's not how traders, this is a thesis for a big picture that doesn't say, oh my God, Desi told me to put my whole account at the exact supply level today and I lost my money. That is not what I'm saying, okay? But you should be aware that there's probably going to be some very nice opportunities on semiconductors. And guess what? Semiconductors have been beat down, right? They have not moved higher with a lot of stocks, okay? There is a lot of beat down semiconductors that have a very, very interesting comeback name, right? A very interesting comeback story, right? NVIDIA has been consolidating for almost 3 months, right? You have AMD that's down in the shitter. Does AMD, is this going to be one that I look at? Probably not as much. I'm going to stick with the strong names. Broadcom, I mean, just a monster. ARM, I think a very interesting one here. That was mentioned, right, in that Project Stargate. Oracle, very interesting one, right? So I would be paying attention to this stuff. I think it's very interesting. And this is probably going to be a hot spot for the next few days, next few weeks. So I'd say lock back into these semiconductors, guys. There might be some opportunity to pay attention to. So today, I would be looking to see if the SMH can hold back above 263.50. If you can hold above 263.50, and by the way, AMD could be actually the biggest comeback name. I just need to see it first. Let it prove to me that. 263.50. As long as you hold above 263.50 on the SMH, I think you're going higher to 270. Over 270, I think you're probably starting a big breakout, right? Over this 270 right here, you're probably looking for that 285, and you're probably going to start seeing a breakout. So 263.50, 270, and if you can hold over that 263.50 today, I think you continue. All right? Press that like button if you guys could. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Got to get to 100,000. Got to get to 100,000 here soon. Keep liking, keep subscribing, keep sharing. I appreciate you guys being here. 3,200 people here. We have definitely increased the amount of viewers, so I really appreciate you guys being here. Hopefully it's helping you. Let's continue. Let's not waste any time. Tesla. I don't love it. I sold my Tesla position yesterday. I just don't like the reaction. I don't like the weakness versus market. I think there might be a little bit of money rotation here. I would like to see Tesla continue to hold, and I would like to continue to focus on it, but there might be some better opportunities elsewhere right now, in my opinion. There might be some more opportunities in focusing on NVIDIA, Broadcom, TSM, ARM, right? Some of those semi names right now. So maybe a little bit of a cool off here, possibly. I don't really like how you broke this uptrend yesterday. It's not really my favorite thing. I would have much preferred to see this stay in the uptrend and continue higher. So that was sort of spooky there yesterday, a reason for my selling. I would look for this hold. This is going to be the must hold. 410, 414.50, you got to hold that, right? You got to hold that. If you do not hold this 410 low, then you're coming back down to that 395, right? If you do not hold this 410 low, you are coming back down to this 395. And I just don't want to be a part of an underperforming 395 move right now. It's just not interesting at all. So I'm out of this position. Not interested in that underperformance. I'm not going to ride shitters, right? That's just not what I'm interested in. So I'm going to ride the stuff that's moving with the market. Obviously, Tesla is not today. So really not a fan of it. So, yeah, going to stay away, right? We'll see, right? We'll see if we can find a new long entry lower, maybe around 410, maybe around 395. Obviously, I still think Tesla's a great company and going to probably move higher through the year, but in the short term, there's some problems here, right? And so I don't want to be a part of that. 430, heavy rejection. 440, heavy rejection, right? Very clear. Pump. MU, yeah, I got you. We're about to get into the semiconductor onslaught right now. Here we go. Semiconductor onslaught. First is NVIDIA. First thing first, NVIDIA. 146. I mean, what a beautiful long off 130, right? Let's go back and just and look at the beauty that 130 is, right? So let's first look at that, right? Let's first zoom out and understand the big picture. Let's look at the beauty that 130 is, right? And let's look at the beauty that staying confident on major demand sets up, right? If you were long NVIDIA in the 130s and you stayed confident, awesome. Better than me, right? Better than me, because I de-risked this for a small win after we got a failure of 140. Didn't like it. However, if you stayed long, trusting that 130, congratulations, my friend. You absolutely crushed it, right? That is a beautiful long, a beautiful maintain, and a beautiful, just sort of understanding that we are still above that key demand, and I should stay long with that idea, right? Beautiful. That's awesome. So you did better than me in that point. Now, if we look at this weekly chart, guys, today, this weekly chart is going to look very, very interesting, right? This weekly chart, when this market opens today, is going to look very, very interesting. This green candle is likely going to look something like this, right? And that is really going to be interesting for the potential of a major weekly chart breakout. I would be very closely watching this today. We have very nice strength this morning. You have gotten above major SMAs. Let me go ahead and put those SMAs back on our charts. You have gotten back above the 50 SMA at 140. You've held the 20 SMA. That's really nice there. You are back above 143, right? And so now it's very clear. 146. Can we get above 146? That is going to be the key to watch today. Above 146, I think you go straight to 150. I really don't think that this area right here slows down NVIDIA. So 146 to 150, I think, is a very nice long opportunity to pay attention to. If you reject 146, which I'd actually really like NVIDIA to do today, I think the best long entry is right here at 143. That would really, really be nice. If we can get a pullback to 143, I would absolutely be looking for that. Even a pullback to 140 would be a beautiful thing to look for. So 140, 143, both pullback long watches today. Those would be your two spots to look for that new entry. If you don't get those pullbacks, over 146 is likely going to squeeze this thing higher to 150. And that really would start to be a very interesting move for the potential of a major breakout on NVIDIA. So 146, 150, that's all that's left. Over this 150, man, I think you're going. All right, let me just say that. I think you're going. AMD. Is it the comeback name? Is this the comeback name? I'd rather trade NVIDIA and stay with what's strong, to be honest. So that's just me. Do you like trying to find that, comeback stock? That's up to you. But AMD 123, that's going to have to be the move that you hold, right? You got to see 123 hold. If you hold 123, I would say you can absolutely go to 128. I think that's very possible, right? Right here, 123 to 128. I think that's a very possible move if you can really get that 123 hold. So that is what you would be looking for today. Can you hold 123? Broadcom, monster. Huge breakout, awesome chart. Look at this thing. Beautiful hold to that 230. Beautiful hold to that daily 20 SMA. We've been grinding higher beautifully right through our levels. I mean, look at how Broadcom is just trading levels. It's actually a gorgeous thing to see, right? Previous rejection points right here, perfect lows. Previous rejection points right here, perfect highs yesterday, breakout above it today. I mean, just beautiful, beautiful levels. Beautiful structure here. Here's one, right? Here's the second. Here's the third, right? You go from these highs being rejections, those rejections turning into support, these highs becoming rejections, those rejections becoming support. Beautiful break and retest action here. Today, 247. I would say 247.50 actually. 247.50 right there. You break 247.50, I think you're looking at a big breakout here on Broadcom. Probably one of the strongest semiconductors here this morning. Obviously, NVIDIA and Broadcom are the two that I would be watching. Above 247.50, I'd say pretty easily 250 plus. So watch that today. Pullback longs, where? Right? Where are the pullback longs? Right here. 242.50, right there. Previous highs yesterday. If that pulls back today off the 247.50 supply, perfect long right there and continuation of this uptrend. That's exactly what you're looking for right there. Beautiful. Okay. So keep that on watch today for sure. MU, I would say MU pullbacks to 106 would be what you want to look for today. You probably don't want to long it right by that 200 SMA. You can see that running across the screen. This is where you want to see MU really turn into a stronghold right here, 106. Pullback long at 106, that's your key, right? Previous rejections here, turn that into a new low. That's what you're looking for today, 106 MU. Qualcomm, I would say 170, 169, 170 is a must-break spot here. I also don't know if I like to play this if it's guys, I would leave alone the semis that are still under like the 200 SMAs, right? So like Qualcomm's under the 200 SMA at 176. I'd probably wait for that to break, right? So maybe you just do one of these, create alert, at or above 176. And then MU, under the 200 SMA as well, right? So I think you stay with the strong stuff, guys, right? NVIDIA, look at NVIDIA, look at Broadcom today, absolutely firing, right? Clearly, those are the ones that people want their money in. So stay with those, right? Stay with the stuff that's hot. Don't start getting cute out there, guys. You don't need to get cute. What's hot and stick with it, right? You don't need to get cute and trying to find something that's not hot and trying to see if it wakes up. That is potentially a huge move on NVIDIA. 146. Please wait for me, please. At least we got the shares, but all right. ARM. This one I want to be more focused on as of late. I want to be more focused on this moving forward. I really think that there's an opportunity here on ARM. I think this is a very interesting weekly chart consolidation, right? You've really been consolidating quite well on this weekly chart. You got back above like this weekly high around 155 to around 150, right? Anywhere between the 150 and 155 area looks like a very, very interesting break, right? Look at this. So here's your weekly, right? Weekly chart on ARM. You have major highs here between 155, 150, turned into lows here, which helped it higher. You ended up failing below it, right, and really breaking down. You got back higher and rejected that level, right here, 150, 155. And today, you are possibly looking at a new low forming above this level. If you get a new low forming above 150, 155, I really think that this is something to pay attention to. And this company was also mentioned in the Project Stargate, right? So there's going to be some interest about whether this, what could happen with ARM here on that event or on that news, right? So you can see right here, look at this zone, 150 to 155. Very clear, failures, right? Very clear, holds. So if you see ARM above this 150, 155 level, I would really be interested in whether there is a very major opportunity here. The next move would come into the 170, 172. If you break that, I would say 190s, right? And I would say you're starting to see this thing go. So definitely look for the pullbacks to 150, 155. That would really be an awesome entry point. If you can get that pullback long back to these highs, that would really be something I'd pay attention to. Okay? Keep an eye on that thing. TSM will be the last semi we go over, and I'm going to have to do speed round on the other stocks here, guys. But TSM, 222 all-time highs. I would say just look to see if it stays above that all-time high. All right, let's speed run it. Amazon. I don't have much else to say about Amazon, guys. We've been all over this thing. Congratulations, everyone that longed it with me. I think I made like I don't even know, close to 40, 50,000 on this. This is just a perfect trade. This is a perfect trade. It is absolutely perfection. There's nothing better than this. This is the best setup on the market. This is why I made a video about it. The best setup on the market, hands down. I don't care what you're watching. This is absolutely perfection. I mean, that's a work of art, right? Previous highs, new break and retest lows, right? And if this is a measured move, my friends, right? The last move like this was 20%. 20% takes us to 255 right here. That's where it takes us. That's a 20% measured move. That is the exact same move that happened right here. That's 20% right here, and 20% of this is right here. So, big opportunities, absolutely sick. It just doesn't get quite better than this one. Congratulations. Moving on. Google. What is Google doing? What is Google doing, right? Google potentially opening above the 199-200 zone. That is something you watch today. We've already talked about that. Meta, 4-hour bull flag. We talked about the hold of 607. If you get above this 624 today, I think you're going to 637. 624. Big level today on Meta. Okay? Oracle, I would say pullbacks really you want at 178. That's something I would watch today. This 178 pullback would be really nice. CRM, okay. Yeah. Guys, CRM might start here. Remember we talked about this CRM break and retest? Remember we talked about this break and retest on CRM? This is very major and a must watch. CRM possibly starting here. Look at this pop over 330 today. I would watch CRM very closely. Costco, got to get over 950 today. Microsoft, 441. That's your next level. Got to get over 441. Apple, I would not trade Apple. 224. If you're rejecting 224 on Apple, it's not going up. You got to get back over 224. If you stay under 224, you're coming back to the 200 SMA as we talked about already. All right, guys, that's all I got. I got to head over to the group. You're over 21,900. That's what you're looking for today. Do you hold above it? That's going to be the question mark. S&P 500, right at that supply, 6120. Please be careful there. That's a big supply up there. SPY, right at the 606.50. That's a big supply as well. And QQQ, the pullback long at QQQ to 526 would be the absolute dream entry today. Let's see if we get it. All right? Hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. 3,100 people here, 1,400 likes. Not bad. 50% of you, actually less. If you guys could, before you head out, please press that like button for me. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed the analysis. Guys, I would say you're starting to look at a market that will benefit the people that have been disciplined, right? You're looking at a market that will benefit the people that have built their foundation, that have understood how to trade, right? That have understood where to look for its setups, that are not going to chase longs but find those pullback entries, right? And if you've done that, I really hope that you're excited, man, because I feel like there is going to be a lot of movement here, a lot of opportunity, and I'm very excited. So let's do it, right? Let's do it. Let's absolutely crush it. This looks to be, I mean, I don't want to get too excited about it, man, but you absolutely have a situation where the focus will solely be to increase the profitability of the United States, right? And that is exactly what you want for a thriving stock market. So let's see. Buy those shares, man. Buy those shares. That's all I got to say. See you guys not next week. See you tomorrow. Peace.